Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have the Missouri State Guard versus the Colquitt's Brigade in the Smoke and Steel League. Our first round is going to be Pride Forward, while second round is going to be Cox's Push. Before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description and get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Here are the standings for this event. So Colquitt's, this is their last time they're leading, so they need to get some wins tonight. Anyways, with that being said, our teams for today on the CSA side or MSG side for both rounds, you have Missouri State Guard, 12th Virginia, 7th Texas, Free States Brigade, 10th United States, 59th New York, and the Alabama Volunteer Corps. Whereas on the Union or Colquitt's Brigade side, you have Colquitt's Brigade, Corn Brigade, 2 Corps, Twin Banners, Jackson's Division, and the Shenandoah Regulars. Server pop right now is 300. Imbalance is 7 towards the Union side. Artillery-wise, both sides taking 7. So infantry overall is pretty balanced. So had Wi-Fi issues again. There's nothing much more I can do for that. My Wi-Fi just stops working for like an hour, and there's nothing more or less that can be done there. And then when it does start working, War of Rights has a pop-up, and the only way I can get rid of it is if I uninstall and reinstall the game. So again, apologies for missing most of the first round. It might jitter here and there, but you know, at least we can get some of the round. So Union's been charging a lot. They haven't really seemed to take the CSA ground, which is really what you want to do in this match. CSA, they have a nice defensive line here. If Union could take that once, they can push CSA off and really kind of hold this side of the hill. Now, don't really know how the round's been going up to this point, but you shouldn't be too surprised when CSA holds well on this map, especially when a higher pop server. Union does have sharps, rifles, which allow them to have the double or half the railroad rate. They also have the pistols, but they only have a limit of like 17 guys with that. And so the whole Union team is wrestled down into 2 companies with 2 flags, and so they can't really respawn that fast. Meanwhile, CSA, they've got all 4 companies and 4 flags. So it seems the match as an overall has gotten very close. And at least we'll be able to see the end of this round. Again, I'm sorry about the beginning part. It's really out of my control. If I've tried as much as I can, unless I get a router and Ethernet, then at that point that might be able to fix it. But anyways, Union's charging up center. Like 2 cores going straight in there against FSB. There's not only they're only going in on their own. They're not with the pistols either. Here comes the rest of the team. Maybe they're trying to draw in the attention. Final push is hit. Block drops. Colquitt's with the pistols trying to run in the flank. Rest of the infantry going center here. It's a little interesting that the pistols and the rest of the infantry are going separate. Union infantry can't beat CSA on their own. They need the pistols to at least help them. And that's not terribly surprising. Granted, at this point, there's not much more Union could do. Union needs to try to hit CSA in the last stand, and then they need to slowly whittle them out. They got 3 minutes to do so. Keeping the flags up is essential, which this is a nice little charge from the backside from 7th Texas. Looks like there's a spawn away. It looks like there's one of those flags down, gets the second one down. Those flags are huge. You need to have those mobile respawns. The Union looks like Colquitt's lost their flag over there. So with that all being said, one thing I did forget to mention in the intro is the last week's round. The first round had an imbalance of 17 to 20 guys, so they are redoing that round at the end of the season. The standings at the beginning of this video are adjusted for that. So they will be redoing one round. That's why the standings are a little different than the end of last week's video. So with that all being said, Union's forming up. They've got 2 minutes. CSA is in last stand, so if a guy dies, he don't come back. Union still has a chance at this. 2 minutes is a lot of time. A lot of it is going to come down to, can the Union keep the flags alive? Because, nice arty shot. Because if the CSA can knock down Union flags and prevent Union from respawning in the field, Union's not going to be able to hold the ground. CSA will eventually overwhelm, and they'll be able to take the day. So Union's picked up 2 of the flags. Colquitt's flag with the pistols is arguably the most important Union flag, and it's not going to be picked up. Minute and a half. CSA pouring up on all fronts, trying to deal some damage here. So
You gotta with your lives. Don't cheat kill.
the question is, I mean, Union is keeping at least 2 of those flags up. They're starting to gain a little ground. You would suspect that. 7th Texas going straight in on the side, maybe trying to get Union flags to prevent the respawn. 1 minute left. Union just needs more bodies on point when the clock hits 0 for them to get a win. Which, honestly, it looks like they're going to take it. Union kept their flags up, at least 2 of them. Couldn't really get that 3rd one, which is all the way over there. But it looks like Union won. So, good job from Colquitt. Again, we missed the majority of the round. We're not going to see it in the after-action report. However, this was at least a good end. A good end from Colquitt. I don't know. This map is just, Union generally just charges, and they hope they can deal enough damage on the CSA to do something spectacular. But it looks like Union was able to do enough. CSA was not able to do it, so I feel weird saying good win from Colquitt's brigade, but good win. they needed this badly. So yeah, it was good charge at the end. There's not much more of a recap you can do of this first round. I mean, outside of really just yeah, sorry about the Wi-Fi and all that. Not much more I can really say or do about that. So with that all being said, here's your short little debrief. Frontline reporters, by the way, for Union, you have Archer from 6LA, and then the other side, you have the 59th New York Red. So I appreciate both of them. I'll get a screenshot of their after-action report, and I will show you the kills from last round. Anyways, at least the video will be out quicker tonight. Very short first round, at least recording-wise. We will see you all shortly here for round number 2. All right, here are the statistics for the first round. Was able to get it off of one of the frontline reporters. Very appreciative of that. So with that all being said, looking at the server pop, again, even though we saw it literally 8 minutes ago, it's 300, lost a couple, imbalance of 7 towards Union. Union does not have artillery. Confederates have 5, though. So that infantry imbalance is 12, and it favors Union, which obviously is going to be very nice. Colquitt is still attacking as Union. Missouri State Guard is still defending as CSA. Anyways, before we get into this round, Corded is back with me. He was going to co-commentate. I told him we weren't going to do it because of the Wi-Fi issues, but now we're back, and he's back. It's great. Anyways, what happened last round in a brief overview?
So first round, Union does the typical thing of going from their right side. They did a charge twice. They weren't able to really hold anything, so they eventually switched their plan up, sending a lot of people toward that left side, turned it into a shooting match. Eventually that left side, left and center pushed forward, eventually kind of cut CSA off from their left side, but eventually CSA was able to push back. Union then tried to push the point to capture it. CSA was able to hold them back again. Union got wiped. And I think at that point, both teams went to final push and last stand. So it kind of just became rushing the point, and it came down to the wire.
I mean, that's definitely what it looked like, but Colquitt was able to get in the win, something you don't normally see too often in Pry Forward. But anyways, on to this map. Corridor, what do you think each side should do to win this map? Cox's push.
Well, CSA is going to have to react to whatever the Union does. And the Union, pretty much anything they do is going to be observed. Union is, they're going to want to cross that field in some fashion. Typically, they'll do that on the east side. They might send people over to the west to some distractions. Might send people on that stone wall. So it's a lot of it just going to be about execution.
Yeah, we will see how it goes and where Union goes. Because they'll either charge right at CSA where they're at or go to that west side and kind of cap point from there and just force CSA out. But they are spending a couple minutes here back at spawn. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Stay in line, F6. He molted like a butterfly.
What are they waiting for?
I'm assuming they're kind of taking a look over the field, see which way they want to go.
That's fair.
See where the CSA is. Although CSA's pretty much in the same spot always.
Yeah. You know, this is a very big map. You can do a lot of different things. I'm half joking. But
Yeah. All right. Looks like we got our first groups out. Second core is leading the way.
are they just going to go straight for it, or are they going to sit back and shoot?
Um,
Oh.
I
Oh.
can. I expect them to stay and shoot. Yeah.
Oh, shit. First battalion to the
They are spreading out.
Stop my toe. Like a hole.
CSA, there they go.
This is probably to get the CSA to start shooting, use up their shots.
You know, the rest of the Union's just sitting back.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna charge soon, assuming CSA is already shooting their loads out. So
I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand the idea of making your opponent waste their shots when they can just they got the 20-second reload and they respawn back in. I don't know.
I mean, it's.
I don't know.
I think what's it. They're also smoking themselves out, so it kind of helps a little bit. Might add a little bit to the chaos. Corn Brigade looks like they're going straight toward the wall. Maybe not quite.
It just, I mean, we'll see what their plan is. The rest of the Union's moving up on that right side, but right now it just felt like a waste of 5 minutes. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But you usually don't see.
The beacon towards victory.
The plan might not be to charge at all. It might just be to shoot.
I think you're wrong there. They're charging right the moment you said that.
How about
Well, this is fascinating. Are they going to charge?
that? Yeah, all right. Now
match
second
turn.
course going in.
Interesting.
Corn Brigade is gonna follow. Now everybody's going in.
There we go. Oh my goodness. From CSA perspective,
Kick that flag. Don't send the flag in.
Well,
The flag went down.
Union charge on Union right failed. 2 Corps has an opening in the center because CSA split. You know, a Corn Brigade's getting rolled up on by 10th US and 59th.
I'm stuck. I am stuck.
Union tickets down by a lot. 2 Corps doing some damage, but it looks like they're outnumbered. You got some more Union guys going in. Looks like the ones who kept the flags back, they're just trying to trickle forward now.
Yeah, don't do that.
I mean, if
It's not, get that flag back though.
yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but don't charge it.
Yeah. Burn those tickets.
Like some people are doing. Like some people in the 6th Louisiana.
What a bad regiment.
Guys, go back.
Uh-oh. Knight. Oh, he turns around.
Oh my god.
Promotional
Well, yeah,
advertising here.
All right, you know what? 6th Louisiana got the flag out, but we
They did.
had some
They
rampage
did.
going in. It's give and take,
Yeah. It's everyone's got to be even. No one's perfect at this game, so 2 Corps did
We
it.
can't make it too easy.
You're very
on people.
humble.
Very fair. That's keeping things equally balanced.
So Union's down. Yikes. What? Almost.
There's
like
one
a
Union
third?
guy in the corner. What's he doing? It's a
true
private
scouting.
from Ohio.
True scouting method. Is Joker gonna see him? No. Wow. Unfortunate.
I mean, it's hard to see. You know,
I mean, yeah, you're not expecting anything either.
Yeah.
So there's a thing that Corden's been saying at least last week, and he told me before this, is flipping the field. And if Union went to the west side, they could just set up a line, potentially cap point. I don't know if they would, because CSA might react quickly and prevent that. But if this charge isn't working, which it hasn't, and I don't know if charging as a whole team would necessarily work either, like in one big blob, because that's just a hard position to charge with a lot of guys being defender. So
There might be a few going to the west side now.
Colquitz, JD, Corn Brigade. Is that 2 Corps who's in a shootout? Yep.
Yeah.
Twin Banners look to be joining them as well.
Okay. Corn Brigade, JD, they're heading out to the west. CQB as well.
CSA is reacting a little bit. CSA right at least is shifting down.
I
FSB
think
is going.
these Western Union groups are going to have to worry about artillery. That's their their main danger. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty all right for them to come down the hill.
Yeah. Yeah. The issue.
'Cause-
Yeah. You go.
I was going to say because the hope is to get CSA to overcorrect to one side, so that the other side can push up pretty easily.
Looks like they're going to sit and shoot though, and CSA is going to have plenty of time to react, but they're slowly shifting guys down. Yeah, I would agree that if Union tried the cap point, the thing is this cap point is basically the entire length of this stone wall, this half stone wall. It's not very wide, and so if you want a cap point, you gotta squash your team in a little tiny area, and the artillery can be deadly. Like Union could get down to this half stone wall.
You got a cannon going. All right.
Overshot, praise be. Union could form a line from the north to the south going perpendicular to the half stone wall, but they wouldn't be on point, and CSA wouldn't be threatened to, overcorrect, charge out. So.
Do you?
Yeah.
But
Yes, sir. I had.
Oh, big group.
Union seems to think the shootout works. The ticket and balance on this map.
Get them before they volley us.
I hit one. I thought.
It's 10% in
like-
Union's favor.
Second Corps slowly shifting to the west.
Yeah, Union just got a big old across the map battle line.
Yeah. I think what might not be a terrible idea is to get to the left side of the stone wall, so it's a little bit of a more difficult shot for CSA to hit you from the corn. That makes sense. On that western side,
Yeah.
just kind of post up there.
Actually, what's kind of interesting here is CSA is nearly on both ends of the map right now. Their team's kind of split in half. I mean, if Union did want to charge, if they moved quick and tried to hit one of the sides, preferably probably the guys on point just because they're close to them as a team. I don't know how long it takes for CSA to go from width to width on this map, but, well, that opportunity is going away as I speak because CSA is kind of moving a little here.
That center CSA group that's on the point, they're getting torn up from what it looks like it.
Yeah, 7th Texas is shifting over there, but 59th
Like
is more.
almost all the Union is focusing on them.
These poor guys.
Like if you go from their perspective, it's just Union all the way around.
Poor 10th US. So, yeah, 59th held on the corner, 7th Texas is there, 10th US is there on the point alone, a little further back to the right. You have some 59th guys and FSB. It looks like 59th is spawning on their flag, so.
Look at that lone individual out there.
If they run, they're Union.
I mean, tickets are not getting any closer to Union despite the shootout and both sides kind of going down a little tickets here. Union is slowly moving down to the bottom of this hill. Like you got 30th Ohio shifting down that way.
There we go. That should help.
Other things.
Okay, they stopped.
Oh,
Okay, there you go. Gonna watch that group. Oh,
they got
and they
lucky.
moved.
They got lucky. At least the blob. I don't know who got hit behind them. So are they gonna charge up to where FSB is? Yep.
Hey, well, looks like it.
They're spread out as heck.
Keep going to the rocks.
And that flag is not close to them. They have a lot of guys, though. FSB pulls out pretty quickly. Again, just trying to avoid any ticket loss here.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good for FSB to move back. Because I mean, I think eventually, if Union decides to do that line going from, I guess, south, southeast, and north, northwest, FSP is going to be able to stay in their side, so Union's not going to be able to feel safe there. So hopefully, the CSA already does some damage to the Union.
10th
Even
US
from
falling
all
back center.
here, some canister from that 3-inch gun would rip through some Union lines.
It would indeed. Union set up perfectly for it too.
You don't have that many opportunities.
Other side of the map, 12th VA is kind of pushing up out of that core and into the open field to engage with 2 core. Union's dropped to engage.
One of the best skirmish lines I've ever seen. This is what the Border Patrol are doing right now. They're making a beautiful volley line. We're gonna volley the CS. We're gonna volley the immigrants.
So, and that's the thing. How far to the northeast can CSA cap on this point? Oh, they're off point now.
Capping, I think it's about to that big tree.
Okay.
I kind of would like to see 12th VA push further up on the left. Because Second Corps would either have to pull back to the south or to the wall. And if they go to the wall, okay, well, there was CSA there, but now it's not a bad idea for them to go to the wall.
So, because 7th Texas, Rip Dixon, and 10th US pulled off the point, Union is capping. And this is exactly what you'd want as Union. You're down on tickets. You want to force the CSA out of the entrenched place. So they're in a very good spot to do so. I haven't seen too much from CSA already yet. And where'd that shot go? I don't see
hit
where
a few
it hit.
people.
All
If
right.
it was canister, it might have been good.
I don't have a whole lot of it.
I don't know much about artillery, do I?
I mean, how many shots a canister do they have?
Let's see, that was the 12 pounds. I mean, well, it's all equal. They all have 5.
Something that's not
Oh.
canister.
But I mean,
might hit these
you know, the
guys.
Union's not gonna be lined up like that for canister that
go.
much.
I just heard a guy say not canister.
Oh, well, okay, you know what?
At least that's what I
Look.
thought I heard. Oh, there's another shot. I mean,
Get those canister balls to rip through those Union guys.
I think, nice shot. I think once CSA go to countercharge, canister might be a good idea just because you have a limited amount. You don't want to, I guess, use it right now and then have them respawn. I don't think artillery on its own is going to be able to throw Union off of this spot. But,
I mean, yeah. But when does infantry and arty ever communicate?
hopefully,
To coordinate?
a rarity in this game. A lot of the Union is actually still on this right side. JD 2 core, is Twin Banner still over here?
We don't want the rock.
Oh wait, that's just all 2 core.
Let's go. All them green names
I said
for
something
me.
good, so I gotta say something bad now.
Yeah. Say something bad. Go ahead.
Nothing's
I dare you.
Nothing's coming to mind.
Exactly. We're
I
perfect.
mean, there's no bias here, but there is a co-commentator and frontline reporter, both from the same regiment, so.
I know. We love the criticism.
Yeah. Put it in the comment section. Only 2 core hate tonight. Actually, just 6 LA in particular, not 5th VA.
I've thought about doing things like just focusing on one regiment for a whole game, just to absolutely critique every little thing.
That's like almost like a Civil War movie idea there, or just follow a specific regiment.
Like a video essay on our regiment.
There's what is it? I think he covers like the GOA War Brothers. He hasn't done it in a long time. I know he does it with pubs too. It's like Willy Nilly, I think that's the guy's name, and he'll like do little cinematics or whatever and voice over like it's an actual documentary. It's kind of neat.
Hey, hold this.
Yeah. I remember him.
This artillery guy for CSA does not have a hat
Hey,
on.
Bulldog, hold
and
fire.
it bothers
Line
me
it
a
up.
little bit.
We're gonna shoot.
blew his own hat.
Pretending against the orders. So just
Oh
wait,
my
just
goodness, I
shoot.
forgot about that.
You can't pick your hat back up. That's the worst part.
Dev should do like.
All right, we got another arty round coming.
There we go. Dev should do a 1 in a million chance that the hair blows off to like a wig.
A toupee.
All right, where is this? Oh, well.
Right where they worked.
If you know, if I was an entity in game, I would be dead. That was right where I hit. CSA do hit engaged. Now, the longer this is FSB charging on their own. I love the charge, not on their own. Because they're just throwing away tickets at this point. See, the longer this counterattack goes, everyone's losing tickets, which means Union is like extending the match in terms of time, and that's exactly what Union wants to do, because the only way they're going to be able to win this match is by forcing CSA out or having a very, very, very long shootout. And by capping the point, as they've done, they get either option. If CSA refuses to come out, great, Union can have this long shootout, and they're slowly going to bring everyone down. Tickets-wise, they're getting a hair closer as the shootout goes on, but that just makes sense since the attackers have more tickets, 10%. So it's going to be a slow ticket gap decrease, but it'll happen. Or if CSA try to retake the point, which they're going to have to do eventually, and I don't know why they're sitting and not doing that right now, because the longer this goes, everyone's just going to lose tickets. That's what you don't want as the defender, unless CSA thinks they can keep their ticket lead like this. But as a defender, you want that black timer ticking, and so that's why you want to retake the point quickly during a counterattack.
Yeah, CSA does need a plan to get the point back eventually. Right now they're just shooting, nothing's really happening, and there's not really any group repositioning.
Wow, you described the word right. I'm confused why FSB charged in there on their own.
You asked some great questions.
Back in the corded run post-game interview.
Or the what?
The corded run post-game interviews. We know you love those.
Oh. No. How would you react to everything in the battlefield?
No, I don't know. I think they're fine. I think.
Well, they lost their flag.
Who did?
Oh.
Who? FSB?
Yep.
What?
Whoever charged in.
Yeah, it was FSB. I'm surprised they charged their flag in. I mean,
FSB 59.
They can see how many Union are down there. I mean.
Yep.
You should be able to.
Yeah,
They've got binoculars.
I do think, though, if War of Rights was a little more popular, by that I mean a lot, post-game interviews might make a little more sense. Because, like, I love watching hockey, and watching post-game interviews after the fact, or at least from the coaches, are pretty nice. But...
Yeah, and War of Rights is... There's not much to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, too, is that when you do those post-game interviews, it's not like we do these live, unless you're a Patreon supporter, and so 99% of the people don't see the battle live, and so after the fact, they're just kind of saying what they saw, and I guess that's kind of nice to know, but I feel like if anything, it'd be better to know, like, right now what they're thinking and seeing.
Uh-huh.
So that's why we're joining the Steam chat of both sides to... where the leaders might be yelling at each other as we speak. Some more CSA is shifting to that far CSA right. Is it? It's 10th US is heading up there. There's one CSA guy. Is he dead or? Oh, there's a CSA guy in the bush on point. It's the FSB guy.
He's been there for a while.
I mean, he's hidden.
Yeah. He's scouting right now. That's his job. But to be fair, he can't really go anywhere.
No. Yeah, I mean, they kind of... I would think CSA already is the best vantage point if you're going to scout, but maybe he just got trapped down there. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be the best place to scout. I think he just kind of ended up there.
That's what War of Rights needs is it needs to let spectators speak. So we can fly down to someone and ask them what's going on.
Oh my gosh. That's just like one of those, yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation. Oh, look, here we go. Okay, 59th York, FSB, going to get their flag, and I guess charging it.
10th US looks to be joining as well. Okay,
Yeah, going up against CQB, Home Brigade.
I mean, they're a
Banners.
little outnumbered. You got some more guys from the bush and the distance trickling in.
Yeah.
You will hold this line! We got a big line here. Brace, boys, brace.
I will say, Colquitt's needs these 2 wins badly tonight because they are last place by a lot in their division.
JD's switching over to the west side. I think now it's just Second Corps over on this side.
Yeah, so Union hold that. CSA going center. What the heck?
Now everyone's going west for Union.
That 7th Texas, I don't know if they're on point or not. I don't know why CSA would mass charge right, wait until the charge fails, and then push up center. Because the rest of the Union is now collapsing down upon them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, is that not all CSA went center. Some are still holding that left side. I know you don't want to lose that left side, but you got to retake the point at some point. Tickets have nearly evened out.
You killed Sagno, bastard.
Both is trying to hold the wall. 50 is charging by themselves.
Union could take
The
this
rest of
stone
Union's
wall right
going in
now.
now. There, I think that's the goal. They're going to try and take the corner.
12th VA is going to try its best.
They might be able to hold until the rest of the Union comes in. Now Second Corps is coming in the backside of all the rest of the Union. That last bit of reinforcement.
Union's going so trickled in that CSA's 12th VA is holding. Meanwhile, CSA respawns are gunning it to where Union was holding. Here comes 2 Corps though.
I think Second Corps has gotten their loads. I think this is going to be a wipe. Maybe it's still kind of close.
I think they're going to get him. Yep. So good charge there from Union.
Get the flags out.
Who is this? Some CSA are dive bombing that corner. 59th is running right into something they're not going to be able to do a whole lot. Well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get you.
To be fair, tickets don't really matter for CSA right now.
Yeah,
To an extent.
they're essentially down, so they're going to go up to the percentage of tickets that Union is. CSA is not trying to retake the point. They're trying to retake the corner. You can't blame them. You have some Union holding on point, too. So, what a comeback in tickets so far by Union. A couple CSA going up to get that down flag in the corn, which Fear is going to try to stop him. Only with a sword, though. And he does. But, oh my god, how is he... What the? Fear and Knight just cooked. Although the CSA flag just got out. 9 minutes left in the counterattack. FSB. I see some MSG in 59 are on CSA right. Here's the thing. CSA can move to where Union was holding for most of this counterattack and try to retake the point if they want. It wouldn't be a bad idea. The longer CSA waits, Union is going to be able to put more and more guys in that corner here. Grant, I know CSA is trying to reform as well, but it's just something to consider.
I'm good. This rock is Occupy Rock Street. Nice catch.
I mean, I don't know if you could do it, but if CSA does hit Union the last stand, they could try to cap and win. But I don't know if you can get your opponent down.
Unlikely.
2 morale stages in 8 minutes. That'd be pretty fast. So, CSA pull off the left side. They're starting to run to the center. Are they going to push down the right side? We'll see. That's the only conclusion I can come to right now. For Union, you got 8th Ohio, some 30th Ohio, and Actually, it's Corn Brigade and Colquitt's over here. They're now charging the rocks that CSA is at.
Get in there, boys. Huzzah, boys.
A lot of CSA switching to the right side. Okay, that's all of them.
Well, Union won that charge. I will say at this point that black timer is not a factor. We've been so long in the counterattack, tickets are so low that when CSA, if they take the point back, time's not really going to be a man. It's going to be a final push last stand thing at that point.
Well, it might be a good thing for CSA to try to do is pushing down this west side, and then like maybe leaving some guys kind of on point, and then pushing a lot of people up for the top of the hill, and then being able to push down. And then any respawners can go, from main to the corn.
So you're saying get behind the Union essentially.
Yeah.
Couldn't Union just... Are you saying get behind him and sit and shoot, or get behind him on the hill and then charge down the stone wall to the corn? Or what would they do when they get behind Union on the hill, in your theory?
They could charge down, they could shoot. Kind of just depends on what Union does.
Well, we'll see what happens. 6 minutes on the counterattack. Here comes CSA. Good time's already shot. Got a few, but knocked down a good chunk. Union trying to reinforce the position, although they're very scattered out. Union, I don't know why some of those Union guys are trying to charge into the CSA blob. They're not going to win that. A lot of Union sitting back. Here goes more Union charging in the distance. Charging everywhere. CSA at least winning on the half stone wall. Meanwhile, up to where the back of the CSA line is, 2 cores charging in.
I would recommend CSA have a lot of people spawn main, because they spawn very close now.
2 core was able to get 1 CSA flag, took two more CSA flags out of the fight, and they survived pretty well there. But I guess that's...
They're gonna need an escape plan now. Those flags.
Oh.
Collapse the point, motherfucker!
Are they...
Their flag is down.
So
CSA...
it's a Union flag.
Union is holding. There's a couple more Union over here. 5 minutes on the counterattack timer. A couple of JD 2 core guys. So 2 core really made sure CSA couldn't reinforce, because if CSA keeps those flags there, then TSA has a fair amount more guys, but maybe, as you mentioned, Corda, they were told to spawn main. They're definitely closer to the point. You can see CSA respawns are already halfway down the hill. Union still trying to get up to the top of their side of the hill.
So Union only has 2 flags right now.
5-9, go
They work for CSA's favor. Twin banners and other Union reinforcements running straight down the hill from spawn.
Maybe trying to get the flags. I will say, whoever ran the flag out on that 2 core flanking charge, or maybe it was some other group, I don't know. I was a little risky charging that flag out there behind the point from Union POV, because now it's going to be between you and the CSA. So Union charging in, CSA, Union both in breaking. Union's slightly down on tickets. Union's trying to hold the corner here. CSA charging the corn side as well, where a couple Union are at. CSA is going to be able to retake that.
Push it up, get to the corner, get the corner.
Union's really trying to... Nice arty shot.
Ooh, that was canister.
Union seems to think they can hold this. A little surprising.
Yeah, they've got a bit of a foothold.
They do.
It's not going bad.
There's a good amount of
They keep
CSA.
this flag safe.
Here comes another Union wave. You have a lot of Union. Some sitting back, kind of in a shootout. Points going. It's teetering. It's teetering.
We got to make sure we're on point, boys.
I mean, if Union holds it outright, For 3 more minutes, they'll win. CSA from the corn side are starting to charge in. Union's got to just be wary about going into the last stand, although I don't think it's going to matter. CSA is going to retake. Maybe. Maybe. No, they did. Look at that. Union slightly down on tickets. Now, if Union does cap, they win. Maybe that's as well why they were contesting the point, because even if CSA retakes, they know they can cap and win off the rip. And you see a lot of CSA are pulling back to that corner in the corn to try to delay this as long as possible, but by them pulling off, Union has started taking that point back. And they've got one CSA flag as well. And they picked up their 4th flag.
Yeah, now CSA, they can't stay there. They gotta go.
I'm surprised these Union guys on the top of the hill, or I guess midway, the 2 core guys, I'm surprised they're up here shooting and not going down the point. Maybe they're just trying to spread out from artillery and get some nice flanking shots when CSA does run across, which, here they go.
Yeah. They were doing that before when CSA was trying to retake it. They probably do eventually want to go in, though.
I would think. Union is now losing it again. That was pretty quick. Here they go.
And then we got the rest of the Union trudging down the hill.
You know, CSA's on that half-stone wall. I'm surprised they didn't charge sooner, but regardless, they're hitting. Points going back in Union's favor. Again, the flags are going to be the thing you need to look out for here. Union winning. Oh my goodness, I think they might have taken it. CSA respawns are moving in slowly. One CSA flag down. And the Union flag's down. CSA is going to hit last stand first. It looks like... Don't want to say it yet.
But you can say it.
I'm not going to... It's not over until it's over.
It's over.
Cordon's going to say it. Yeah, no. Cold Quits gets a 2-0. Cordon, your thoughts?
I bet you $5 CSA loses.
We're starting war rights betting today. You heard it here. Anyways, your thoughts, Cordon?
Push this one. Let's move it, boys.
I think there were some ill-conceived charges from the CSA. It's pretty difficult to defend as the CSA in this map when Union is able to get around you, because you just get flanked. There's not really any place for you to hide. You've only got 2 artillery guns, and it's not easy to do artillery. So, I mean, you kind of do the best they can. They did eventually wipe Union from the map, and that is probably the best thing you're going to be able to do. But then they just got to be ready for when Union just rushes back from their spawn. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, that was really well fought from Union, turning it around and changing up your strategy, especially from that first charge. I'm surprised CSA took a long time with that counterattack because Union was just able to bring everyone down and then eventually just hold that point. And yeah, similar to that. It was a little surprising that Union tried to hold point there. But good round, good 2-0. We'll update you with the stats and whatnot shortly. And here is the stats from the previous round. And then here is the current standings. Actually, no one in Group B got points tonight, which I guess is unfortunate and fortunate for all of them, so they're still around. But congrats to Colquitt's Brigade on the 2-0. Again, this is the updated standings. Also attributing the fact that last week's round 1 is going to be rematched between Twin Banners and Corn Brigade on Garland Stand due to the imbalance that'll be redone at the end of the season. But other than that, apologies about missing the first round. Again, I can't do much more than it is what it is. That's all I'm saying. So apologies for that. Hopefully you're able to enjoy at least a little bit of that and for the majority of the round 2. With that all being said, though, appreciate you all being here. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord merch, X, Instagram, TikTok, all those links in the description and more. regardless, again, appreciate you all. We will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.